Hello and welcome to a new Project Falcon Punch series called Ranking of Sonic, where I myself, Dan, and my friend here, Jamie,
hello,
are basically playing through every single Sonic game, and after we've played each game, we're going to be doing a sort of review kind of thing, like an overlook of what we think of each game, because some of these games I've not played for years, and I just figured let's just play through the whole thing. I actually recorded the whole entire playthrough that we did of Sonic 1, which is on my other channel. You can find a link in the description at the end of this video. Basically, we had like sort of a competition to see who would finish. Jamie's already signed.
Such a bad idea.
Basically, the idea is whenever we die, we have a death count. I won't spoil who won. The sire would maybe is a giveaway.
It was shocking, and I was so happy to hear that we had video corruption problems, and it turned out that
it was the level.
Yeah, it was the level that Dan did bad on, so he got to recover his.
Oh, you didn't do great. Anyway, before we get into that, we'll just start off by saying we're doing Sonic 1. The next parts will be Sonic 2, obviously. Then we'll do Sonic CD, Sonic 3. It's all the Sonic Team games, though. The Sonic made games by Sonic Team. Because Sonic Team have made other games that's not Sonic games.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Okay.
It's called the Sonic the Hedgehog review.
Yes.
Let's do a Sonic the Hedgehog review for a different game.
It's only the Sonic Team games. Just for now. We could end up doing later at date like some of the other games. As long as they've had a hand in the game, it counts. Start off, I guess, with the basic. I'm not going to do like a whole did you know gaming bollocks thing of like, oh, did you know that it was originally called Project? No. But it was released in 91 on the Mega Drive, the Sega Mega Drive, or the Genesis if you're from North America. I'll ask you, Jamie, when was the first time you played Sonic the Hedgehog?
I'm going to guess around 95, I would say.
Did you play the original Mega Drive version as well?
I never owned it, but I had a friend who did, and I must have played it round his house for a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
I don't remember getting past many levels.
Because you said in our playthrough of this that you're not really that familiar with Sonic 1 compared to the other games.
No, I think I'd never seen Labyrinth Zone before.
Yeah.
The underwater level.
Yeah.
Like up to the Marble Zone, where for some reason, I don't know why, the difficulty from Green Hill to that seems to skyrocket.
It does.
No, after that, it was like a new experience for me.
Yeah. I had Sonic the Hedgehog 1 on my Mega Drive when I got it for Christmas in like 95 or something, so I've got a fair bit of experience with it, but I never actually finished it as a kid because I had Sonic 2 as well, and I always played that game instead because it was better. But with each videos, we're actually going to be going through each stage individually, sort of like a little mini review of each stage to see what we think of them, as well as like the music and whatnot. The version you're watching and the version we played was the PS3 version on the Ultimate Collection, which I think released like 2010 or something. So the first stage, most iconic, Green Hill. What is there to say about Green Hill? Like,
it's a fantastic level.
It's easily the best, I think, because it's just still fun to play, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, visually, it's an amazing level.
Yeah.
Especially for the time with the colours and everything. It's just, you didn't really see that in
Sonic Team are
games.
still riding on that visual style 30 years later.
Oh, look at it, it's beautiful.
Yeah, the music, I think it's still it might be my favourite level music in the game. I don't think Sonic 1's music is actually that good, honestly, compared to the rest of the series. I think Sonic 1 is quite...
It's growing on me. But then,
right.
If you consider that it's the first time I've heard about 4 sets of levels worth of music on this, then, yeah, I reckon that if I was to play this a few more times, I reckon there's a few tracks in there that I'd actually get quite addicted to.
What ones did you like the sound of?
I think, what one was it? The Starlight... Is it Starlight Zone?
Yeah, Starlight
Zone, yeah, that one.
I like Starlight Zone as well. So next zone after Green Hill was Marble Zone.
One of my favourites.
I fucking hate this level. It's so slow. It's like, there's a load of death traps and just long falls that you can have.
I was quite surprised at how difficult it was, to be honest. Like, because I started probably, I think the first Sonic game I actually owned was Sonic and Knuckles. The rest I'd played through friends or other people. But difficulty-wise, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, it's nothing compared to what Sonic 1 was. Really. I don't know whether it was an age thing where I was more experienced as I got older or not, but playing this is definitely more difficult than any of the games that I'd played recently.
Considering that, like, yeah, this is the second level.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's...
The other levels weren't exactly as easy as Green Hill, but they were nowhere near as difficult as that was.
After that is Spring Yard Zone. I actually really like Spring Yard, even though it can be a bit of a fucker at times.
Yeah, there's a couple of death traps in there, but overall, it's quite enjoyable to go through.
I really like the music for Spring Yard.
Yeah.
If we're looking at the stages, they alternate between me liking them and disliking them. So Green Hill love, Marble hate, Spring Yard love, Labyrinth hate, Starlight love, Scrap Brain hate, and then Final Zone whatever, it's just a boss.
I think you did Act 1 and Act free, majority-wise, for the levels that you hated. You
That's a
started
good
off at
point.
Labyrinth.
That's a good
I
point.
think we didn't plan this out too well for you.
No, Springyard is essentially like the predecessor to like Casino Night almost, because it's got like just bouncy.
You can see the influences.
Then Labyrinth. Oh my god, Labyrinth is horrible. I hate Labyrinth so much. I think it's my least favourite of the entire game. I think it's notoriously like the worst level in that game, but it's just because there's so much underwater. Like there's slowdown as well, which is the biggest problem with Sonic 1. There's loads of slowdown.
I don't think underwater levels have generally worked out well in Sonic anyway. I remember, I think it's Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for their Master System, and the underwater level on that one was absolutely brutal, and I couldn't ever get past that level as a kid.
Yeah. The boss is that.
That pissed me off.
That ascend up the watery sort of thing. Oh, that is
the fact that you didn't even have to fight the boss.
Yes,
really wound me up.
When we got to there, we thought we had to get to fight the boss at the end. And you don't actually. You just had to get up.
No, and I ended up dying because I was trying to rush through to catch back up to him.
Yep.
And it turned out I might have been able to take my time.
So next up is Starlight, which has a lot of death pits and stuff.
Yeah, there's a few of those.
Which you got fucked over by quite a few times.
I don't seem to learn my lesson. I'll make the same mistake like 5 times in a row.
But there's a load of loops, there's a lot of like speed in that game, and there's a quite interesting platforming parts as well. I like Starlight a lot, and again it was the one I played like just one act. Then there's Scrap Brain, which that is a level that's just like, let's just throw everything at you. And it's just enemies galore that are just there just to fuck you over. It's like when people say they don't like Sonic games because they're speeding along and they'll hit an enemy or they'll fall. This is probably what they're referring to. This is one of those stages where it's all it's doing is just trying to screw you over. And then the final zone, which is, I didn't know this until we actually got to it, that final zone is just the final boss. Like, I thought that it would be at the end of the last level, but it's not. It's just
it's its own individual setting.
And the final boss is, even though I actually died, the final boss really is actually quite easy.
Yeah, it's not that hard a level really.
No,
Once you learn the trick, it's sort of easy to
I remember when I thought that was the first stage of it. I know that there's, if you get all the Chaos Symbols, I think you probably have a separate thing. We didn't do that.
No,
we didn't.
We gave up well before then.
Because getting to the point of the special stages, they suck. I hate them. They're probably the worst special stages, or at least one of the worst special stages in the Sonic games.
I think this is probably the only Sonic game where I haven't completed a set of special stages.
Yes.
I don't think I've gotten to the 3rd special stage for this game.
It never feels like you're in full control of Sonic.
No, there are just so many sections where, unless you know the layout of the map, you'll hit one of those bouncing pads and then it'll just fly you off somewhere and you have no idea what's going on.
It's terrible. This basically brings us to the end of the video. For the rest of this series, we'll be ranking at the end of each video of what we think. Me and Jamie have a discussion and come to a consensus of what we think is the order. Obviously, this being the first video, there's no actual thing to rank.
This is number 1.
This is number 1. So at the moment, Sonic 1 sits at number 1.
Sonic 1's the best Sonic game that we can rank at the moment.
I will tell you now, without having played Sonic 2, this will be the only time Sonic 1 is at number 1.
We'll have to discuss that at length, I think.
Yes. I think no. Well, anyway, until then, when we end up doing Sonic 2, in the meantime, if you want to watch our playthrough, you can see it here, the whole playlist of us two playing, and you can see who actually won on the death count.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this one.
Yeah, okay, well thanks for watching, bye-bye.